Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. Thank you all for joining me once again. So, I just want to talk about a mayor from New Jersey, I believe, that essentially is rebuttaling or rebuking, I shouldn't say rebuttal, I'd say rebuking basically the mainstream liberal media's accusation that ICE is just going into the cities and arbitrarily just going into the schools and just threatening to deport people in the schools and in churches and just basically creating an overall climate of fear. And this New Jersey mayor is saying, no, that's not the case. And after I read to you how the words he've used, it's going to be kind of comical. So let's get right into this because it just goes to show you that a lot of this fear that is being pushed is from the mainstream liberal media. And it makes sense because they're Marxists anyway, right? On Monday's broadcast of NG Spotlight News, New Jersey Mayor Hector Lora stated that there haven't been immigration raids in schools or churches in the city or any massive indiscriminate raids and stated that, quote, ICE agents aren't going into third grade classes and asking for papers. That's not going to occur. Lora said, quote, we have not had any raids or any raids within our city. If you're defining raids as immigration enforcement coming in randomly and grabbing groups of individuals asking for papers and then rounding them up and bringing them in, that has not occurred. What has occurred, okay, has been a number of strategic and coordinated operations targeting violent criminals within the city. We have not yet had any raids in our schools, in our houses or in our houses of worship. I've encouraged our communities to continue to go to work, to continue to shop. I've reminded them that there have been operations under every administration. He continued, let's be direct here. ICE agents aren't going to third grade classes and asking for papers. What are they going to receive? A paper with crayons drawn on them or a crayon drawing? That's not going to occur. Children don't go to school with paperwork. That's not what's occurring, end quote there. Yeah, I just wanted to read that and talk a little bit about that because clearly what we're seeing here is the pushing of a climate of fear for the mainstream Marxist liberal media. And this mayor has to get up here and straighten things out, okay? This is not what's going on, man. I wish people would stop watching the mainstream liberal media, or at least mix it up a little bit. But yeah, they're pushing a climate of fear, making people think that all of these, that the ICE agents are going in there just going in schools and going in churches, just rounding people up. That is not the case. Now, I'm not going to say that that's not going to happen, okay? But right now, what they are doing is they're going after the violent criminals. They're going after the violent criminals. It's funny, he says they're not going into schools. It's like, he says, it's not like these kids that have papers and they're going into schools and asking for their papers and what are they going to give them? A piece of paper with some crayons marked on it? It's silly. And if you really look at it, anyone with common sense should be able to decipher whether or not ICE is going to go raiding churches and raiding schools and asking, come on, man, who are you going to talk to? Are you going to go to the teachers? Are you going to go to kids? What are you going to do? It's ridiculous. And the mainstream liberal media needs to stop spreading all of this division. But they're not going to stop doing that because they're communists anyway, as far as I'm concerned. The Marxists, anyway, they want a communist revolution, but that's not going to happen unless God permit. So they can keep pushing and farting and Putin about that all day. That's not going to happen unless God permit. But yeah, I just want to talk about that a little bit because the mainstream liberal media, they are poison to this country. They are keeping people divided. But I'm thankful that there are people out there that is not falling for the okie doke. I'm thankful that a lot of Americans are not falling for the lies of the mainstream liberal media. And this is what they're doing. So I just wanted to say that, yeah, it is not what the media is telling you, man. It's just not. It's just not. So I just wanted to say that just a few minutes. What do you guys think about this guy's comical response? Leave your comments in the comment section. Don't like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.